Hi everyone, and welcome to another Doctor Who figure review by me, Max Shots, and today I'll be reviewing a figure which is from the brand new Collect and Build Pandorica CD case wave, and this one is the very creepy Cyberman Pandorica Guard from the Pandorica Opens. Now, as some of you already know, there was already a figure of the Cyberman Pandorica Guard which was released earlier in the year with the TARDIS playset, and I'll be comparing this version from the Pandorica Wave to the version that came with the TARDIS playset later on in the video. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the CD it comes with and the packaging it came in. Okay, so here we have the CD that the Cyberman Pandorica Guard comes with, and this one is CD04, which is Doctor Who and the Giant Robot Part 2. Now, I've never heard of a Doctor Who story called Doctor Who and the Giant Robot, but I think this might be a renamed version of Tom Baker's first story, which was called Robot, and that involved a giant robot. Now, I won't be reviewing the Pandorica CD case until I've reviewed every figure from this wave, however I won't be reviewing the re-releases. And now I'm going to talk about the packaging. Okay, so if we take a look at the front, we can see it is completely different to the other Doctor Who packaging of the Series 5 figures. You've got some information about the Pandorica CD case at the top. Moving down, we can see the figure and its accessories in a big plastic bubble with the Pandorica piece and CD behind. And if we take a look at the card, we can see it is quite similar to the previous Doctor Who cards on the front of the packaging. However, behind the new Doctor Who logo, we can see a dark picture of the Pandorica. Then you've got the name of the figure at the bottom. And on the side of the packaging, instead of telling you the name of the figure, it tells you which CD you are getting with the figure. And if we take a look at the back, we can see more information about the Collect and Build Pandorica CD case, and it also tells you which CD contains which Doctor Who story. In the top left there is the name of a website where you can find more information regarding the Doctor Who audio CDs. And then at the bottom you've got the same usual product and company information. Also with the packaging of each figure from the Collect and Build Pandorica CD case wave, you get this nice little leaflet which shows you some of the Doctor Who audio CDs you can currently buy and own. There's also some of the Sarah Jane Adventures ones as well, and some of the classic series ones at the back. So I do really like this idea of getting a figure and also a Doctor Who audio CD, because I mean it's just a fun way of getting figures and also another good way of collecting Doctor Who audio CDs. And now I'm going to start the review of the actual figure, and I shall start off with comparing the Pandorica Wave version of the Cyberman Pandorica Guard to the previous version. Okay, so here we have the two Cyberman Pandorica Guard figures. On the left is the version that was a Argos Exclusive with the TARDIS playset, and on the right is the newer version, which is from the Pandorica Wave. Now, there are some obvious differences between the two of them, and these obvious differences are the version on the left has a sword in the body, whereas the version on the right doesn't. Also, the version on the right has a new head sculpt, and the head is actually also removable. And also, the new version on the right features some wires for the removable head. And apart from that, I don't think there are any other differences between these two figures. Okay, so now I'm going to start reviewing the figure, and first of all I'm going to talk about the new head sculpt. Doesn't this look like something from a nightmare? This is really, really freaky, and if you want to recreate the scene from the Pandorica Opens where the head's dragging itself along the floor, it does come with these wires which you just attach into a little hole at the bottom of the head, and this hole is also for attaching the head to the body. Once again, I think this new head sculpt looks really scary. If we take a look at the skull inside, we can see it looks very old and like it's rotting. You've got the holes for where the eyes would be and the nose, and you've even got those yellow dirty teeth there. Also around the rest of the head, we can see the detail of the cyber helmet, like the little lines on the inside. Then on the outside you've got the usual detail like the teardrop eyes and the little mouth, and also the lines going over the head which the new Cybermen do have. Then you've got just the one handlebar, which is on the right hand side of the head. Now it is only meant to have one handlebar because it only had one handlebar in the episode. Both of the sides are pretty much the same. However, this side only has one handlebar, and also this side of the Cyberman's face looks a little bit more rusty. So overall, I think this new head sculpt is a brilliant feature. Once again, I think it looks really creepy, and it'll also be really good for your scene recreations of the Pandorica Opens. I also really like the fact that it comes with the little wires as well, because they'll make it even better for scene recreations. Just put them in like so, and there you have the very scary cyber head. Now the rest of the figure is pretty much the same as the body of the previous Cyberman Pandorica Guard figure. However, once again, it doesn't have the sword, and also you've got this bit at the top where you put the head. Now I'm not actually annoyed about this bit at the top where you put the head in, because it can't be helped, and I don't think it's a really bad feature at all. Now I'm going to show you the detail of the rest of the figure. On the torso we can see the Cybers logo and also a lot of marks and scratches. I also like the fact that they have painted the figure with silver and brown paint, because then it looks a bit more rusty and also a bit more lifelike. Now a lot of people will know that this Cyberman never had its left arm on the body in the episode, so it does make the figure a little bit inaccurate, but I still like the fact that the left arm is actually there, because then it seems a little bit more complete, and you can just sort of pretend that maybe the left arm isn't working or something like that. The left arm is pretty good. We can see that the handle on the top has been crushed in. There's a lot of lines, like where the elbow is connected to the lower part of the arm. We can also see the arm weapon, which is pretty nicely detailed. And then you've got the open hand at the bottom, which also has a lot of detail on it. Moving on to the lower part of the body, we can see lots of these wires which connect lots of parts of the Cyberman together. The legs are pretty good. They are also very accurate, like many other things on the figure. You've got a handlebar on each side of the leg, and also we can see little screws. Also at the knees we can see some more of the wires which connect the lower parts of the legs with the higher parts of the legs, and then at the bottom you've got the nice shiny feet which have several sections. And on the back of the Cyberman we can see these two things. I don't know what these actually are or what they're meant to do, but if you know, please just leave a comment below. So like any other new series Cyberman figure, this figure is very accurate with all the little details from head to toe. I really like the new head sculpt because it is a very highly detailed feature, and it will also be really good for scene recreations. I think the sculpt of the figure is absolutely fine the way it is as well. I know that it is a bit inaccurate because it has the left arm, but as I said before, I like it more with the left arm because it seems a bit more complete that way. And from head to toe, this is just yet another brilliant, highly detailed figure from Character Options. And now I'm going to talk about the articulation. So for articulation, his head can turn 360 degrees, but if you don't have it on securely, it can pop off very easily. His arms can do a 360 degree turn from the shoulders, and because they're on ball joints, they can also move outwards. His arms can also move up at the elbows, and I think both hands can turn 360 degrees. I know the right one can, however at the moment on my one the left hand can't. Lower body articulation now. Can move at the waist a bit, and because the legs are a little bit weird, they can actually go 360 degrees. I can't quite do it with this one at the moment, but they can do it. The legs can also bend at the knees, and also the feet are on ball joints where they can move up and down, side to side, and they can also turn 360 degrees. So the articulation may be just the same as the articulation on most other new series Cyberman figures, however I don't think it needs any improvements, and overall I think the Cyberman Pandorica Guard is a brilliant addition to my collection. I like it for so many reasons. It looks really authentic with the paint they've used, and it's also very accurate with the detail they've added to it. I also really like the new head sculpts they've done for it, and I also really like the fact that the new head is removable, and it will be a brilliant figure for Doctor Who Figure Adventures and also scene recreations from the Pandorica Opens. And out of 10, I give the Cyberman Pandorica Guard a very well earned 10 out of 10. I know it might not be 100% accurate with the left arm, but all the good things that I like about this figure make up for that, and they just come together to make a absolutely superb figure. And I do actually prefer this version to the Argos Exclusive version that we saw earlier in the year, but I still think both of them are brilliant figures and that you should get both of them if you can. And that is all I have to say for my review of the Cyberman Pandorica Guard. Thanks for watching, YouTubers, and I shall see you again soon. And my next review should be Angel Bob from Flesh and Stone. And I also plan to review the Tortured Cyberwoman figure, which I also recently got from Toys R Us for just £2.99. A brilliant bargain. Thanks for watching, YouTubers.